BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. Catch me on each and every night right after the Quiet Song with Lenny Green. And then Donnie McClurkin comes on, followed by the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But we have an incredible show lined up for you today right here on Open's Channel 67. Leading off the show will be the host of Video Music Box, who will MC the 4th annual Back to School event at PS 87. Then the founder of Anti-Bullying 12, Gullyface, will join us to tell us how he's working to eliminate bullying and how he's protecting children from abuse. After that, Emmy Award-winning anchor and Edward R. Murrow Award recipient will sit with us to discuss his journalism career and his role as a motivational speaker. He's all over the place. I know he's doing a great job out there, too, doing it. And finally, Cyro will perform as part of our Open Summer Music Series, so stay tuned. All this is headed your way because we are now open. Here we go. And good morning, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you are watching Open. Today is Monday, August 26, 2013. Time is like whoosh, flying. Woo! Yep. I was in Costco's the other day, and they have Christmas stuff on display. I said, oh my God, here we go. But before we get into that, let's once again have a look back at the weekend. Here's a weekend wrap-up. Check it out. And leading things off, it was announced that world-renowned musician, conductor, and musical director, maestro, Martin Pachuk, he will bring his jazzical fusion to New York City. That will take place this Thursday, August 29th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Birdland. Hear Hal Jackson talking about Birdland all the time, the world-famous Birdland. And for more information, you can log on to birdlandjazz.com. In national news, Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson were among a few of the people that were there. I mean, it was packed, just like 50 years ago. All in attendance for the commemoration of the 50th year of the late, great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that big march on Washington, D.C., and his big I Have a Dream speech. Democratic mayoral hopefuls, they were all there, like Christine Quinn, Bill Thompson, John Liu. They were all in attendance to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King's famed I Have a Dream speech. And in the Bronx, art students from Hostos Community College are attempting to have their artwork displayed on the scaffolding of the Church of the Incarnation. Artwork is being used as part of the renovations of the 149-year-old building. It's old, and they're hooking it up. And the winners will be announced later on today. It was a vibrant weekend in our borough as Assemblyman Mark John hosted the Allerton Avenue International Food Festival alongside BronxNet's own Baron Ambrosia and Michael Max Nabi. Let's hit the streets and take a look at what took place.
It's a great thing that we have such a melting pot in the city. It's an asset. And what we need to do is create venues like this where we bring everyone out together and celebrate everyone's ethnicity. Then we can appreciate each other.
And finally, on the home front, BronxNet took on Latino Sports Sunday for the annual celebrity basketball game and Family Day. Who came out on top? For the second year in a row that took place, the number one station came out on top. BronxNet took home the trophy with a 61-49 lead. Woo. Ultimately, the day was about raising health awareness in our community, so everybody was a winner. And there you have it. That's your weekend wrap up. And Mike Bracey, I know your brother. Mike Bracey plays music. He's another DJ on the other side of town. But this is Vince Bracey. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. He's going to be playing the music in the background. How are you? How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It was very productive.
Were you at the game?
I did not get to see the game, but it seemed like a very cool thing. I like you said, about the whole promoting health and community thing.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Well, a lot of things took place this weekend. Everybody's finishing up on their family days, their health fairs. We did a big one in Queensbridge.
Right.
We did the Percy Sutton 5K run walk against violence uptown in Harlem. That took place Saturday. We had a big stage and to me it looked like the New York City Marathon because I was there from its inception, and I remember when we first started, just had a few people, but now you got like blocks and blocks of people running through that thing.
It's
Looks
becoming
like
a real
marathon.
popular thing, especially being, health conscious it's the new thing. It's 2013.
Yeah.
You got to take care of yourself. Make sure you live longer.
Wow, can you believe it? We're wrapping up the summer?
Oh man. I
This
don't
is
have
like
to go
the-
back to school, which I'm excited about, but it's just what happened to it.
Yeah, that's another thing. We were giving out book bags all weekend. I
Okay.
think we have a few more dates where we're giving out. We're doing it for the next couple of weeks.
That
we're
sounds
giving
cool.
out book bags and all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. You got some good music for us?
Of course, of course.
All right. On the ones and twos. Sick. Here we go. Our first guest is the host of Video Music Box. And on Saturday, September the 7th, he's going to be hosting the 4th annual Back to School event at PS 87. Please welcome Kev Lawrence. Kev's in the house.
How you doing, young man?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm easy. It's
I'm
like
liking
Sunday
you
morning.
more and more every time I see you, man. You call me young man, I like that.
You know, people like you and Ralph McDaniels, you just don't age. I don't know
How's
what you're
Ralph doing?
He's good. He's
Yeah.
good. He's in the background taking care of a lot of the business, but he's
Yeah.
very well. Thank you for asking.
That's good. I haven't seen him in a while, but I'll give him a call when we get out of here.
Yeah, you should.
Big up to Ralph McDaniels in the house. Here we go. So what do you have? You have something big coming up.
Yes, the annual back to school event.
But before that, give us a brief background on the work that you do.
Well, for me, I am the co-host alongside Ralph McDaniels and like Ray DeJean and a few others. I'm the co-host of Video Music Box. That's on WNYC Live TV. And we're celebrating 30 years.
30, can you believe
30
it?
years this
I'm
year.
telling
celebrating
you.
30 years.
Well,
Video
time is
Music Box.
flying, man.
Yeah. And
So
of course,
You've
I'm
been there
also-
for all 30 years?
No. But I'm trying to be for the next 30.
For the next 30.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
For the next 30.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
And of course, I'm also the radio personality for Thermal Soundwaves Radio.
Yeah.
WHCR 90.3 FM every Monday nights.
Okay.
11:59 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the
So
morning.
we got to make sure we tune that in and check you out, man.
Well, yeah. Well, I learn from people like you. You've been doing this since a while now. So I know the background.
Somebody,
Know the
they
background.
just they're trying to do a documentary on Nas, and
Yeah.
I was in Queensbridge this past weekend, and they wanted to give some background to figure out how Nas was able to put together his music, where his music came from,
Yeah.
especially his first album with his father being a musician and all that stuff.
His first video was actually done by Ralph McDaniels.
See that?
Many of his videos were
You
done
see
by Ralph
that?
McDaniels.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff was played by Ralph McDaniels.
By Ralph McDaniels.
If you wanted
Video Music Box.
your video
Yeah.
played, you go to Video Music Box, Ralph McDaniels.
We're still doing it.
Yeah, so you guys are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Now, how have Video Music Box and Thermal Waves teamed up together?
Well, since me being the video personality for Video Music Box, and me also being a radio personality for Thermal Soundwaves Radio, alongside my co-host C Truth,
Yeah.
we're taking on fourth media period.
Yeah.
From video point, radio point, and now online point, because we just launched our new blog site, videomusicbox.tv.
Yeah.
And we've been reaching out to people worldwide, because this is a worldwide thing, just like the show
is it?
opened
Yeah.
here. And I remember that Michael Max Nobby and the rest of the staff here showed me that, you guys are extremely worldwide.
Yeah,
And that's what we do. That's what we work with. That works
I,
best for
when we
us.
first started the show, it was, we had a few people here and there
Yeah.
talking about it, but now everywhere you go, it's like BLA, hey man, I just saw you on TV, I like what you said when you said da-da-da-da. So people are saying the same things that they say when they hear you on WBLS. So
Yes.
what's easier for you? Is radio easier than TV or vice versa?
I would say radio is probably more easy than TV because you have to worry about less of appearance. You could just You just behind the mic.
Just chill
Yeah,
out
you
there,
can just
like-
be behind the mic, and you know, you captured the. How can I say? People want to know what's going on behind the scenes. They can't really see. They can only hear. So you,
Right.
with TV, you taking care of both senses,
Yeah.
sight and sound. With
Right.
radio, just
It's a warmer medium.
Yeah.
So on radio, you can lay up there. But see, the good thing about
you know how it
radio,
is on radio. You could be in in-house shows. You
yeah,
know,
I mean, you have to.
pajamas.
It's a theater of the mind. You paint a picture and let
Exactly.
people think what they want, but you lead them into thinking in that direction too.
And I learned from people like you, because you've been doing this
thank
for a
you.
very long time.
Thank you, sir. I've been here for a minute.
People like you and Mr. Crocker are the ones that actually help birth
Yeah.
many of us. So I'm actually happy to say that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so where do we go? You got this big thing coming up at the school.
Yes.
Where's that school at?
That's PS 87 in
Uh-huh.
Northeast Bronx, the Wakefield section of the Bronx.
Yeah,
1935 Bussing Avenue. It's one block off of Baychester Avenue, Northeast Bronx.
Now, who's invited to this?
First of all,
Everybody
you,
in the hood?
You,
I'm down.
the whole staff are open.
Yeah.
It's like, got to, since you guys have me on your platform.
You guys gonna videotape it?
Yes, we will.
So videotape it and send us a copy, or try to get together with Mike or somebody from
Sure.
the crew, and maybe they can. I have a great idea.
Here we go.
It will give somebody a good experience to be able
Who we
to
got?
go out with you and be a part of the Video Music Box crew. They could put that on their resume.
Yeah.
What if you got 2 people from here to go with you that day
We'll
and
be.
help shoot?
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Right, Vince, you.
See, you guy got over there. He's smiling.
I know he's ready.
Shout out to the staff also behind the cameras too, because they're working hard. So I always
Yeah,
like to make
yeah.
sure I shout out to them.
Yeah, oh, they get busy, you know, and a lot of them, you know, it's a unique opportunity for people, and I wish I had this when we were coming along, you know, where you have an opportunity to work with professionals in the business. You know, we have interns and college students working together behind the scenes. Some of them work the cameras and do a great job at it, and some of them work there in the control room. You can't see them.
Yes, yeah.
These are all the people that are working hard while we're talking on the air.
And you see, many people don't even know how to get in. Because nowadays you're dealing with some people that just don't want to tell anybody. But we're out there. People, they say they see me. I see you.
Yeah.
You're
What
out there.
piqued your interest for, with a Video Music Box?
I would say what piqued my interest was seeing a man do something, a real entrepreneur. If you're doing this for 30 years, I mean, obviously I've seen him before 30 years,
Yeah.
but you know, it's on your own, successful, extremely successful,
Yeah.
and it was just something that just I gravitated to.
How'd
I
you
actually never
meet
really
Ralph?
wanted to do TV or radio.
There you
Just
go,
fell into
right
my
there.
lap.
How'd you meet Ralph?
I met Uncle Ralph. I mean, he's been the uncle, but what I did, I did something for my own career. I said, hey, listen, I'd like to have you as my mentor. And I carried bags. I got coffee.
That's what a lot of us have done, yeah.
Well, see, a lot of people they just feel like I don't got to do anything. You should just put me on. And it's like, it's always a phrase that, you know, I used to always hear, if you can't be used, then you're useless.
Right, right.
So I would go get coffee. I would see whatever they needed, I would go and do.
Wow.
And then it just became get in front of the camera. And
Yeah.
I did it, and it worked out great. First interview was Mike Jones, and that was hilarious because he had like gold fronts in his mouth. So he couldn't pronounce my
Gold
name.
fronts.
Kevlar, he couldn't pronounce my name. It was hilarious. It's a sight. It's a sight.
All right, so tell us, how's this day going to look?
This day's gonna look very, very great. It's the 4th annual back to school event. We have Morris Heights Health Center. That's coming out for us. Give people free blood pressure checks.
Shout them out, shout them out. Who's
Yeah,
coming
sure.
down?
We got the fire department, FDNY Fire Department, Northeast Bronx, and we have some.
Call the police department too. They bring out this rock climbing thing. It's a portable thing. They set
we
it up.
had that
Yeah.
for National Night Out because we did that over there at for the 46th precinct, and they brought the rock climbing.
Yeah.
We might not have a rock climbing by us this year, but definitely something to look for next year.
They got
But we have a
something
lot
called
of them.
Dunk the Police Officer.
I
There's
was
a police
trying to
officer
have
that sits up on that thing, and you have to throw a ball through this little hole.
I
and
was
it
looking.
dunks
I
it.
was trying to get that so badly. And shout out to the 47th precinct and
Yeah.
Inspector Mullen and staff, Bell and Jason Soto.
They hooked
They
you
actually
guys
helped.
up.
Yes. Yes.
Good, good, good. So you got everything in line, the permits and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I know you feel good about kids going back to school and everything, and being positive and learning all you can. What are some of the things that you're doing to help kids and help motivate kids to stay in school and be on time?
One good thing to motivate them is I'm looking to bring incentives to school.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the back to school event. What we're doing, we're also having egg races.
Oh, okay.
So with the egg races, winners of egg races could actually win a bike.
Look at that.
And you know, if you go into school for a bike, you're going to school.
Yeah.
Even though you're getting a bike, you're still going to school.
There they go, right there. There's
And-
some of the pictures right there.
Yeah. So, you know, in their mind, they're like, you know, they may not like school all the time. And I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But they'll always picture bike. But, you know, if you come back every year, then they believe in you and you build trust.
Yeah, and I think we also have to get the parents on board too, because a lot of parents
Yes.
think, some parents, they bring their child to school and they think that, you know, it's a babysitting facility and that's it.
Correct.
But I think parents should get more involved in finding out who your students' teachers are.
Yes.
Who's the principal? Of course, you can know that. Who are their friends? Who do they hang out with?
Yes.
You know, get involved in your child's education. It's important because this is the foundation. And when they get into that adolescent stage of the game,
Yeah.
you know, where they get kind of, you know, I want to be a man, I want to be a woman, but I'm still under a roof and all that.
Yeah.
You know, they'll go through that turbulent time, but they'll come back to that foundation that you gave them. And I think that's
Yes.
important.
And that's what we do. Yeah. Especially with the egg races, it's more than
Mm-hmm.
just, you know, a tournament. It's attention to detail.
Yeah.
You can't really run too fast. You have to concentrate with the egg on the
Exactly.
spoon, or else the egg will drop. So it's really attention to detail.
Yeah.
And that's what we mix up with it. And last year we gave away bikes to the parents. We
Yeah.
do egg races and bike and dance up for the parents to
Cool.
win the Debo bike. You know, we
Yeah.
give them like a cruiser.
Right,
Get them involved because you know we're all about the kids also, but you know adults need appreciation as well.
Of course, of course.
And thank you to the principal, Adelman, Ms. Garcia, and the whole PS 87 staff.
Miss Garcia in the building. Hey.
Yeah, the whole staff. 'Cause they allowed us to do this, and we're
Yeah.
honored.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, how can people get involved and get more information?
First, well, they can get involved by hitting me up on the Gmail, thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com.
Thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com.
Or hit me up directly. I am Kev Lawrence.
I am Kev Lawrence at
Gmail.com.
gmail.com. And the cell number is
646. Thank you for sounding, because I would say it. I would say it too.
You do?
Yeah, it's the phone's
646.
425-6858.
Okay, there you got it. Thanks, Kev. My man,
problem.
Kev.
Thank you, man.
Video Music Boxing House. Give Ralph all my love and all that stuff. That annual back to school event is going to take place this coming
September 7th.
September 7th.
Yes.
Okay.
12:30 to 4:30 p.m.
At
PS 87 Playground Park, 1935 Bussing Avenue,
and you can hit the
Bronx, New
website.
York. I am Kev Lawrence at Gmail or videomusicbox.tv.
And you can call 646.
425-6858.
There you go.
If I get some crazy phone calls, I'm coming after you.
You may get a few of those because that's part of the game. Kev Lawrence, host Video Music Box. Thank you so much. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. We'll be
Thank you
right
all.
back with more. Stay right here on Open.
Ten, nine, eight, six.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WVLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee and Cool Clyde. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
Our next guest, the founder of Anti-Bullying 12, Gully Face. And he is going to tell us more on how he's going to be raising awareness on the dangers of bullying and how he's working to eliminate bullying. Please welcome, I'm going to say it, Kojo Bediako.
Yes, sir.
Welcome you to the show. Alrighty.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
We know what anti-bullying is. Well, Anti-Bullying 12, why did you put the 12?
Well, because I couldn't, basically what we are is a social network on Instagram, so we basically work through Instagram, so just couldn't get the name anti-bullying because people already have it. So
Yeah,
I just
it's all
added
over.
the 12 to it, and that's the name I got from Instagram.
All right, Anti-Bullying 12. So if we go to Instagram and check this out,
Yeah,
you have
just,
pictures of...
Yeah, you'll see pictures of like the facial expression that we're working towards to bring awareness to bullying. So
Yeah. Now, what made you want to get involved in this?
Well, basically, based on my personal experience with
You
bullying.
were bullied when you
Yeah, when I first moved to the United States at the age of 9.
Where'd you move from?
Ghana.
Ghana,
Africa,
West Africa.
Yes, sir. And so when I attended school, I was constantly bullied and called all sorts of names, including my peers in class with me. So it was just a constant fight.
And a lot of times, parents don't know about this. This is going on. You're carrying this with you. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to go to.
Right.
And how did you deal with that? Growing up.
Just with my friends and I, just communicating amongst each other and just basically making me a part of a part of them and just making me feel comfortable around them no matter what, and just encouraging me just to go through it. And also my parents, I used to tell my parents, but they just moved there too, so it was more like who did we talk to?
Yeah, I'm just gonna backtrack for a second.
Yeah.
So you started this because you have a personal experience with bullying when you were growing up, coming in from Ghana, West Africa now, and people calling you all kinds of names, and you had to deal with this and take this and hold this in your heart and didn't know what to do with it yet until you started talking to your parents about it?
Yeah. I basically talked to my parents about it, and they told me to just try and speak to a counselor, and then if they have the chance, they'll come in and speak to one of the headmasters in the school. But however, I had to fight through it by myself. I feel like this is a fight that I had to do for myself, and that's basically what I did. Just put it through.
Yeah.
With friends or whatnot. So
what are some of the things you did? You gathered positive friends that were
positive
talking
friends,
good about
and we basically just among ourselves we just communicate and just say we won't let this put us down. Let's just work towards our goal as far as getting our education, because that's the main concern in school.
And so many people go through this, every day.
Right.
And not only that, online. Tell us about the cyberbullying online.
So, well, basically, cyberbullying online is based on kids who want to fit in and whatnot. So and some people find them weird, and it's so easy to find to see kids getting bullied online because it's a big thing now in our generation. So I just feel like it's a very big deal when it comes to cyberbullying. And basically, it's just kids wanting to be interactive, and then when they do it online, other people try to abuse them through that.
And they think they're hiding because sometimes they'll put a different name on there and you don't know who they are.
Yeah, and they do that a lot. They put a second name, basically the second world they call it, web or online. So I guess that's what it is.
What are some of the things that they say?
Well, when I was growing up, they used to call me an African booty scratcher. You climb on trees,
man.
So that was kind of most of the verbal abuse you get like
Yeah.
when you go into school. So I
Yeah.
feel like
And now you see who they are in your yearbook, and you go to your school
you
reunion.
go back to the
go there
school.
and beat their butt. I'm only kidding. Don't go do that.
No, well, basically, I mean, with that, it basically that motivated me to go to school and graduated from the University of Akron. So it's just made me stronger. It didn't shut me down.
And a
I
lot
just
of those
kept
people
going.
that you confront today, if you ever were to meet up with them again, they will apologize because
Oh,
say,
yeah,
hey,
definitely.
I was a kid, I didn't know what I was
Yeah,
doing, and
definitely.
I
I mean, I met a
apologize if
couple
I
of-
hurt you and all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
most of the people who used to talk against me are like close friends to me now. So
Yeah. Because you're bigger than them now.
Oh,
No,
definitely.
I get it.
definitely that too.
Yeah. So, what are some of the things that we can do to stop this, especially online? I mean, there's things that we can do to do it in person, in schools and things like that. But online, how do you stop that? Do you get the companies that are, like if they're down with Gmail or down with AOL, or can you get those companies to try to maybe, if they see something like that, can they get it off the page or?
Oh yeah, they can definitely for example, on Instagram, what we do is when we see they have pages that are basically like put people down. So when we do it, we put it on our page and we tell people to basically report them and report as abuse and they get it put down. Well, the more people who report the page, they get put down. And I feel like to stop basically cyberbullying online is all about ad commercials, bringing awareness to bullying. So that's how we can put a stop to cyberbullying online, basically.
And then maybe you can reach out to all the people who are doing anti-bullying campaigns,
and
like
just-
the United Federation of Teachers. I was a part of their anti-bullying campaign. That still continues today. I mean, you can get involved and try to be a spearhead person for all of these organizations who are doing the same thing.
Right. So I think, just working together, we're one force, and we can try and put an end to it, I feel like.
Well, common cause, yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you do it when you get into a school situation
How
and
do you-
people are straight out bullying you in your face? Where do you have to go? Does that person go to the principal or the guidance counselor?
I feel like first person to talk to, like I did, is you basically speak to your parents, and you have your parents go talk to an advisor or whatnot, or your teacher to inform that situation. And if that person is in your class, inform it to your teacher right away.
Yeah.
And make sure it don't happen again. Or you stand up as much as you can. If you feel like you can't anymore, make a report.
Yeah, because there's a lot of situations out there, like there's gangs and people may
yes.
not want to snitch or tell, and
Right.
so they'll absorb all of that bullying and maybe not stand up and do anything about it. They have to take it on the chin throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
What do you recommend for that?
Well, I recommend like parents pay attention to their kids. I say, well, when they come home, of course, if you're being bullied as a kid, it shows in the face. When you come home, your parent, you as a parent,
Kid doesn't
you know
want to
your
go to
kid.
school anymore.
Yeah, so you can tell, and parents have to ask questions, know what's going on in school. So I feel like just being more aware of your kid is very important.
That's why it's important for parents to get together and go see the principal and go see the guidance counselor and go visit the teachers,
Right.
especially parent-teacher night, and find out who your kids are hanging out with. Maybe just get in there. Some of the celebrities, what they do, if they're noticed too often, they'll put on a fat suit or something different, a disguise, and go in there and hang out and watch your kid for the day.
Right.
I think we can do things like that. If that's your child, you gotta
be around.
walk side by side with
Yes.
that child every step of the
true.
way. Yeah. So your organization is doing a lot of wonderful things.
Just now, we're based online, or based off like Instagram. We're working towards becoming a non-for-profit, and that's the main goal, is just to become a non-for-profit. And
How can people support the cause?
well, basically finding us online, making the facial expression, and just uploading videos and telling us why it's important to end bullying.
Yeah. Give us the website or the Facebook.
Well,
Instagram.
our website is www.gullyface.com.
Gullyface.com.
And also anti-bullying 12, or you can just type in Gullyface and you'll find us. We're also on Facebook as well.
There you go, Kojo Bediako. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Founder,
Thank you very
Anti-Bullying
much.
12, Gullyface. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You're a breeze, right? You got all the information out there?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. We'll take a break and come back with more next. Bronx Next.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones. And foods rich in fiber are good for your heart. So you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
You know, when I was younger, man, my brother was the one who really took care of me, man.
Is that right?
Hey, he'd wake me up in the morning, get me ready for school, take a shower, make me some breakfast.
Where your brother at now?
Oh, you know, all right. I get lonely, nobody to talk to. Felt like quitting school. He looked at me dead in my eye. He told me, if not for me, do it for him.
Give Josh and our class of 08 the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
My name's Brandon. I'm 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
Hi, I'm Darren Jaime, the host of Open on Wednesdays, and we invite you to join us as we explore in the world of news, politics, and current events every Wednesday at 10 a.m. here on Open.
And our next guest is a 2-time Emmy Award winner, anchor at the Edward R. Murrow Award recipient, and he's here to tell us his incredible career, all about it, and how that worked. He got into motivational speaking and all that stuff. Yeah. Here he is, my buddy, Julian Phillips is in the house. We welcome you to the show.
Definitely.
Yes,
great,
indeed.
great
Give
to
him a
be
big
here.
round of applause, everybody. Here we go. Yes, indeed. We were just talking about Gary Bird, Imhotep Gary Bird,
Sure.
and how his son was in trouble and needed a transplant and all that stuff, and how we were raising money, and how, we have come together for a common cause. A lot of people don't do that today.
No. Well, Imhotep Gary Bird has been an icon in the community for more than 40 years. And he spent most of his time helping other people. So now is an opportunity for people to give back and help him. There's some of this degenerative eye disease due to type 1 diabetes. So at the Harlem State Office building last Saturday, I believe it was, a lot of folks came together to help raise money, so he can help his son.
Yeah.
So it was a really great cause.
And we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. It's going
yeah.
to be good. It's going to be good. Because we're still working on it. It doesn't stop. Your career, a beautiful career, an illustrious career. You've been around for a long time. Well, we hate to say that, but Emmy Award winner, Edward R. Murrow Award recipient, and all that stuff. You've been doing it, and we have to applaud you because, all too often we do all these things and we look back and nobody's saying anything. Not that we want it all the time, but we want to be noticed for some of the things that we're doing. Give us a little background for people that don't know about how you came up and where you were and how you got to be.
Yeah, I graduated from a degree in communications from Purdue University. And I decided I wanted to come back home to New York and not pursue this whole dream of reporting and starting in a small market. So I kind of almost gave up my dream. But it actually fell in my lap. So I started off reporting at Channel 4, NBC, and I was a talk show host there. In fact, the last full-time talk show host of Positively Black.
I remember.
And then from there, from there, I went to Channel 11, was there for 9 years, and I hosted a show there also, Best Talk. And then I wanted to make that leap to network, not knowing how I would get there. But I got an opportunity at the most unlikeliest place, and that was Fox News Channel.
Yeah.
So for 4 years, I kind of disappeared from the black community because most black folks and people of color don't watch Fox. So it was a battle for 4 years. I mean, the opportunity was great, but it was a battle. So finally, after that, I left on my own volition. And I thought that it would be easy to find a job after working for the #1 cable news network and hosting the #1 morning cable news show in the country. But for 4 years, I was out of work. And my wife and I, we almost lost everything. We had to battle our way back, and I think that's the whole thing. I think people think if they finally get to a point where they have arrived, we never really arrive, especially we as black people and as black journalists. You never fully arrive anywhere, and then you kind of have to figure out then what do you do from there. So thus I wrote a book. I got involved in my faith and my Christianity, and I started speaking around at churches and groups, and it was really and it still is a rewarding experience.
So a lot of people call you for motivational speeches now.
Yeah. Actually, that started while I was working in the media. And of course, as you know, you're a media celebrity, Dr. Bob. People call you because they're looking for people that can provide hope, that can provide some sort of stability, can also be a role model. So I took that very seriously. And I got to say, I never got into news reporting to be seen at a night spot or something like that. I really got into it strictly so I could provide information to people. And that was critically important during those years when we had the Crown Heights riots, we had the Teaneck riot, we've had the Korean boycott, of course, 9/11. I was involved in all of those things. And I prided myself in the fact that people, especially in our community, would look to me to try to give the information to them that they were not necessarily getting from anybody else.
While you're talking about all those things, I'm picturing you on at different locations, speaking and delivering that news and creating the awareness for the people in our community.
It was heavy because, there's certain places I would go, especially, for instance, during the Crown Heights riots, I would hear people in between broadcasts, brother, we're looking to you to give us the information that we need. And that was a heavy responsibility. I remember, and I'm sure you remember this over in, I was in Brooklyn, Canarsie section, when they bombed the Fillmore real estate. And there was a colleague of mine, Roger Stern, who had the early shift that day. And I had the late shift. And when he handed off the microphone to me, he says, Julian, I just don't know if they're going to give you the same information they're giving me, because it was a predominantly white community. And there was a lot of issues of race going on. And I said, well, look, I hope as a journalist they will. And sure enough.
And you knew how to get that information.
Well, but here's the deal. I was handed over the mic, and within an hour, I'm interviewing somebody. It was a young teen, let's say about 19 years old. And he just started using the N-word and this and that and everything else. And I remember one of my mother's friends, and she was watching the newscast, and they had to blank some of it out. And she says, how could you stand there, and let this guy say all these things to you? I said, well, that's my job. That's what I do. And I'm glad that I was able to get that out of him, because that's how he felt. And that's what I reported.
That was real.
Oh, yeah, it was real.
That was reality news.
Well, I know you remember the marches through Bensonhurst.
Yes.
It was Reverend Sharpton, and you had folks on the sidelines there with watermelons and fried chicken. And I remember Carol Jenkins, God bless her, she was standing there. And, they looked at her as a reporter. They didn't look at her as black. So it was a very interesting,
So this is amazing. I mean, these are some of the things that you remember, while doing this stuff. Those are some of the things that stand out in your mind.
Sure.
Give us one more example of, while covering this stuff, you run into so many different situations and so many people. Is that the one thing that stood out in your mind when you were covering the racial profiling and all that stuff?
Well, the racial profiling, my main objective there was trying to get to the bottom of the truth. And it's always somewhere in the middle. And, what people have to understand, even as reporters and news stations, everybody comes to a story with a bias. And the most difficult thing for a reporter to do is to eliminate the bias and report the story straight on. But the most important things for me were not that so much, but helping people. At Fox, I used to get a lot of flack from viewers because they looked at me as a liberal and this and that, whatever. But I remember one year.
Liberal working at Fox.
I remember one Christmas, I read Psalm 138, 7 and 8.
Yes.
A woman emailed in, I don't agree with anything you say, but I was about to do something very desperate before you read that Psalm. I saved a life. So if I didn't do anything else there in my career, saving one life,
Yeah.
it was all worth it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all worth it.
That's very important. So you got the motivational speaking thing. Would you go back on the air? I mean, would you do another news show? Would you go back into journalism?
Well, actually, I'm in it right now. There's a new network called Arise TV, and it deals mainly with the African diaspora. And I, from time to time, anchor a political news show which is based out of Washington, now in New York, called Arise Review.
Yes.
So I'm on from time to time, and I still do my journalism thing from time to time.
You can't let it go. You can't let it go.
Trying to open up a restaurant.
And you're
now,
good
Bob.
at it too.
Opening up a restaurant. I'm trying to blacken up some wings, but no. but no, it's important. If I'm called to do it, then I enjoy it. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, I know. You can do anything.
Yeah.
But you let us know about that restaurant too, because we can go down and eat some blackened wings and all that stuff.
You better be there, man.
All right. Is it going to be in one of the boroughs here?
We're looking to open up in Harlem.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
all right.
Trying to bring some black entrepreneurship back into an area that's slowly being taken over.
There you go.
Being dissolved. So we're trying to keep a foothold in that community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we'll come when you get ready to do it. We'll come and put that on the air on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, because we highlight different businesses and community-based organizations and stuff like that.
I'd love to.
Yeah. What advice would you give to people looking to get involved in journalism or radio, broadcasting, TV?
Well, first of all, and I'll make this quick. The business has changed so much, and it's more infotainment now than it was giving information.
Yeah.
But if anybody really wants to get into journalism, they really have to have an appetite to get information. They got to be nosy. They've got to be aggressive, but they've got to. If they're looking to serve and to tell stories, that's really what journalism is all about. It's storytelling, and also keeping people accountable. The whole pretext of journalism was to keep government accountable, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for that, if you're looking for an opportunity to tell the truth, to paint a picture of something, to give people a different perspective on a particular story, to ask those kinds of questions that really will probe into the minds of what people really want to know, then that's something I think you should pursue.
Yeah. One last thing before you go. 50th anniversary on the March on Washington. Difference between then and now. Some people say there's a big difference. Some people say, it's the same.
I think Reverend Joseph Lowery said it the best. The more things have changed, the more they've stayed the same. We are suffering from a lot of things dealing with civil rights and social issues that we dealt with back there in the 50s and 60s. Yes, there are more opportunities, but you have 2 generations of young kids that can't find jobs, and that's important. The issue of us even helping our own people. We have to deal with those issues of the family, those kinds of things. So these are things that we have to deal with outside of forces that we have no control over outside our community. So there's a lot that needs to be dealt with. And these are very serious times. And depending on how we deal with them will depending on where we as a people go in this country.
Yeah. All right. Julian Phillips in the house. Give him a big round of applause. Emmy Award winner. Hello. Julian, give us some information on where we can reach you and find out and book you for motivational speeches.
Yeah, I wrote a book called Discovering Your Hidden Power, Unleashing the Power of Words with my pastor and friend and mentor, Dr. Air Bernard. You can go to my website, www.julianphillips.net. And you can find out everything you need to know. If you want to have me come and speak, I'd be more than happy to do so.
We would love to have you.
Doing God's work.
There you go. Julian Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, my buddy. All right, when we return to Open, we'll come back with our Open Summer Music Series. Stay right there.
How you doing? I just want a regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello. Hi. Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Good. Yeah, she is big. Great haircut.
Yeah.
It looks cute. Come on, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thanks.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Welcome back to Open, everybody. We are DJing.
Yes, we are.
I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and this is Vince right here on the ones and twos. And the beat goes on and on and on. We continue our Open Music Summer Series. Check it out. And our next guests are the alternative musical group. They're known for fusing hip-hop and R&B, Latin, pop music, and using their themes like love, hate, deception, struggle, and ambition to please our crowd. So please welcome to the open stage, Syro is in the house. Here we go.
Ella me domina. Ella me domina. The way she winds it makes you forget about her flaws. So hypnotizing. She gets whatever she wants. La electrónica. Ella me domina. La electrónica. Ella me domina. If I gave her the world, I bet she wouldn't buy me presents. If she cared about his money, she cute for tiny dresses and anything else that'd make her more generic. So vain, no coherent, no brain, all appearance, no dame. Wanna hear it because of insecurity. Like I can't help, I just forget about the purity. Quiero una dama con la gana de amarme. Si fuera prisionero, yo me quedo en su cárcel.
Deberías dolor como mujer y recordar que sin amor no sobrevivirás lo material. No dura una eternidad. Aprende a amar sin importarte lo material.
The way she wants it makes you forget about her flaws. So hypnotizing. She gets whatever she wants. La electrónica. Ella me domina.
La electrónica.
Ella me domina. Es su caminar. Ella te hipnotiza con una mirada y una sonrisa. No me pego con ella if her flow's ratchet. She don't leave your heart hanging off a clothes racket. I won't manage with her y te lo juro que si ella tira soga no me quedo en su nudo. La mala eres virtual, no vale nada y te pica. Si sale pa' afuera te mira con tanta rabia de diva.
I
I won't manage with her, y te lo juro que sí. A tiras horas no me quedo desnudo.
Makes you forget about her flaws.
She gets whatever she wants. Ella me domina.
La electrónica.
Ella me domina. Makes you forget about her flaws. She gets whatever she wants.
La electrónica.
Ella me domina.
La electrónica.
Ella me domina.
Thank you so much.
So now you're giving that other side of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a big round of applause, everybody. Here we go. Cyro in the house. How you doing?
Thank you. We're more than honored to be here.
There you go. And you are?
Lewis.
Halsey.
I'm Vero.
And we are
Cyro.
Now, you guys are all over the place, right? How did you guys come together?
Wow, that's a long story right there.
Because I know she works with us, and I never knew she sang or anything like that. You know, she never told anybody. And then all of a sudden, yeah, she's full of surprises.
Surprise.
Yeah. You didn't tell me you did this.
I'm sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
how'd you guys come together?
Well, everything started last year. I met Vero in a acting class, and Halsey, I knew her since a long time ago, back from the Dominican Republic.
All right.
And last year we decided to, bring each in our styles together, and there you go, Cyrus in the house.
We've been together for about 7-8 months already. And,
So people are beginning to hire you guys to come out all over the place, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So where do you guys want to take it? You want to go all the way to the top, make some CDs and all that stuff, and tour?
That's the goal.
Well, right now we are finishing our first album.
Oh,
Yes.
you never told us that either.
I'm sorry. It's our first album. We already have 3 singles out, which is La Electrónica, we just sang it, and Tonight Siente la Música that we're going to sing after the interview. And thank God we already have more than 150,000 views on YouTube. Yes.
Whoa.
With only 6 months together, so hopefully when we have 2 years, we plan to have more than 1 million.
You're going to go viral. Viral meant something else back then. Viral, oh, wow. All right, they got a viral. Oh, viral. They got a viral. But
Cyro is like our name. Sounds of your rightful omens. It's a little bit of everything, the best of the music, and that's what we plan to do. Take our music to everybody.
So the song that you just sang is about
La Electrónica.
Electronica.
Yes,
it's
because
about a very materialistic woman.
Yeah. This guy have their heart broken by women. Yeah. So Allah, it seems like it's Allah because we have already like 3 songs. Yeah, so that's
breaking your heart at every song, every step of the way.
It's just music, guys. It's just music. It's just music.
Through our music, what we're trying to see is that the people connect with the lyrics, connect with the music. That stuff happens to a lot of people, so.
Okay. Yeah, we tend to get very personal, so we just want to relate to everybody, whether it's in English or in Spanish. You know, like we're trying to get the 2 markets at the same time.
So what do you want people to understand with your music? What do you want them to know?
That
they want
everyone
to relate.
We
That's
all
the first thing.
we all go through the same. We all go to similar experiences. You know, we confront similar obstacles, and through our music, we want them to know that it's okay. To confront obstacles because that's gonna make you. And we just want to make a positive impact on society through our music.
There you go.
Hence the name Sounds of Your Rightful Omens.
There you go. So when is the CD expected to come out? You're still working on it, right?
Yeah, we're trying to put that out by November.
Oh wow. So a lot of fun. You're in the studio right now then, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And
working 24/7.
Nothing wrong with that. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Cyro in the house, all right? You got another song for us?
Of course.
But before you do that, give us a website where people can get more information on what you're doing and where we can come out and see you guys perform and all of that stuff.
Well, we have Facebook, facebook.com/Cyro Music.
To check our YouTube, Cyro Music TV, all right?
And Instagram, official Cyro.
There you go. Cyro's in the house. All right. That's about all for us right here. Thank you, our guests, and thank you, our viewer, for watching. And don't forget, tune into an all-new Open with Daryl Jaime. You know Daryl Jaime? He does our Wednesday shows right here, right? Right here on Open's Channel 67. And always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from all of us here at Open. Have a great and enjoyable day. Cyro, give them a big hand. Here we go. Take us home. Take us home.
it's okay. Mirando alrededor, nuestra noche de pasión,
creatividad y amor.
Let's turn them up. Smoke in the atmosphere, see me rolling with the crew, the whole pack is here. Surrounded by bottles by the habit beer. Locked eyes with a shorty, she's the baddest here. Looking like my dream girl, but I don't need a pinch yet. Though she looking mighty fine in that cheetah print dress with her dark hair, her spark legs, tossed as they're being thrown back and forth. We could roam after all, prior to the club closing. Keep the cups potent, you got the fire with them lies, keep my love frozen. The cold flurry is so blurry, but for some reason I was feeling like I ain't got no worries. So let me take yours away, protege. I ain't gonna force to pay, I got you covered tonight. Just had a time of your life, baby. I bet that sounds like a cliche, but it's something I can guarantee. And I bet you wish each day for someone as rare as me. So for now, let's live carelessly. If you dare to see how a real man can treat a real woman, while the beat is still thumping, the liquor still flowing. I know you feel something even with my bill show 'em clap. Yeah. I won't let you go until the sunrise. I'll be right by your side. There's only one thing that I got on my mind. Tonight is the night.
Cierro los ojos, imagino nuestro encuentro.
How did we get here, baby? Where did the day go?
Deja que mi música te guíe.
And I won't let you stay low, 'cause tonight is the night.
Esta noche haré que todo se te olvide.
How did we get here, baby? Where did the day go?
Esta noche mi melodía.
And I won't let you stay low, 'cause tonight is the night.
Baila que tu cuerpo te lo pide.
Yeah.
Te llevaré a donde me pides. Mírame a los ojos atentamente, porque quiero dominar tu mente. Esta noche solo quiero bailar, estar contigo y tus labios besar, sin dejar que nada nos detenga. Aquí no hay consecuencias. Nuestro encuentro.
How did we get here, baby? Where did the day go?
Deja que mi música te guíe.
And I won't let you stay low, 'cause tonight is the night.
Esta noche haré que todo se te olvide.
How did we get here, baby? Where did the day go?
Esta noche mi melodía.
And I won't let you stay low, 'cause tonight is the night. Yeah. Hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Pa' Santo Domingo me la voy a llevar, a llevar, a llevar. Go low, 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 go low, 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 low. Siente la música de llevar, que un instante sea una eternidad, disfrutando.